Hi everyone, hello, kumusta? Seth Gosu here, back at the ceramic studio. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, or comment. So today I'm going to show you how I make my own ceramic handle. I'm not a wheel thrower, I'm a sculptor, so it's difficult for me. So I kind of have developed this technique that I use my rolling pin to shape my handle. So here it is. Hope you like it, and thanks for watching. I got my clay. I'm compressing them both sides using my rolling pin. I make sure I compress them well, removing the bubbles. And my secret recipe for this video is the tar paper that I created that shaped like the handle. So I cut them using the needle tool, and this makes it easy for me. I don't use a noodle. I don't use a big lump of clay, and this is pre-cut, shortcut, and simple and easy to shape for me. Once I have them lined up, I compress both sides of the clay. Some people use a tiny rolling pin. I try to use my fingers so I can feel for the weakness or lumps of dried clay or tiny rocks or pebbles. So this works for me. So at this point, I flip the handles and compress the other side, making sure you equally compress. Look for a little rocks like what I just removed there. So compression is the key, making sure it's equally strong. And you can see me smoothing down or easing down here because my hands are already wet, and it's getting easier to compress. It's okay to use the sponge, but I try not to use the sponge here because this clay is groggy, and the sponge kind of pull it and get the grog out more. So I did not use the sponge on this clay. It really depends on the clay that you're using. So I cover the rest of the handle so it will not get dry. And now you're seeing me simulate the pulling by using a sponge. And I started kind of pulling using my two fingers. It's up to you, whatever is your style. So here it is. So as I use the sponge, I'm being careful because the sponge can pull all the grog, and it's hard to shape the handle with a lot of grog sticking out. So once the handle is saturated, I let it sit on my rolling pin to get that shape. I'm being careful putting the the handle on that board, making sure the board is not wet because it can get stuck. So that happens to me a lot. So it's a learning process. I'm still learning this technique. I'm not really a wheel thrower, so it's a learning curve for me. Here's my rolling pin. I use the rolling pin to get the shape, the round shape of my handle. I just make sure they're not too wet so they will not get stuck. So that happened to me a few times. I cut the excess clay with the needle tool and air dry them for later attachment. Thanks for watching. I'm still learning how to perfect my handle, and hope you have fun watching my little show. Uh, don't forget to subscribe, click like, and you're welcome to comment. Stay tuned for my next video. I went to Chicago Art Institute, and they have the private collection of Monet. A lot of collections are privately owned here in Chicago. So for COVID-19, the owners are sharing their collections, and they are at Chicago Art Institute, and they are wonderful. So I'm going to make a video about my trip. Thanks for watching.